Hey everyone, it is Luke here. Welcome back if you're already a subscriber. If you don't know me, well, it's very nice to have you here. My name is Luca and I haven't really uploaded since October, but with this video I kind of wanted to update you guys with what's going on and also talk about what I've been doing for the past months and how, because I noticed it might be something that you guys want to know about, or there's people out there that want to do the same. So with this video I kind of want to talk about woofing, what I'm doing here and how's it going, and all of these things. But first, if you don't know me, if you just stumbled upon this video randomly on YouTube, my name is Luca. I am 19-year-old Italian guy. I graduated high school in 2025 and now I'm taking a year off to travel and to kind of figure out what I want to study, if I want to study something for university when I go back to Italy. Right now I'm in Central America for a gap year. Well, it's more like 7 months, but to discover sustainable agriculture and permaculture and all of these things that I was already very passionate about. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, I would love to have you in this community. I have lots of other videos. I really like plant sustainability, which is what I've started the channel for and with, but I really like languages as well. Cooking, I don't know, this channel is kind of vibe it out. It's very chill. I don't really take it seriously, but sometimes I just feel like filming videos and sharing them because it's a creative process that I like. So and I hope you can enjoy this video and also my other content as well. Anyways, to start, I would say I can start with what I've been doing in the past 4 months. Oh, and brief parenthesis, it's gonna be a very chatty and I don't want to edit this video because I don't really have a lot of time to put into it, so it's gonna be how it is. So if you want to drink something in the meanwhile, or do something and listen to it as a podcast, feel free. But I'm also just gonna try to not ramble about things and for 40 minutes, but kind of structure it as I go if I can. Anyways, I've started it in October. I wanted to do this gap year journey experience in Central America because I wanted to practice Spanish, a language that I really like, and I've thought about South America and Central America, but then another thing that I really like is, as I said, plants. So Costa Rica has been in the front of my mind for months last year, when I was kind of planning or starting to think about this trip. So in May, I bought the tickets to come to Costa Rica and thinking I would spend the entire year woofing in Costa Rica. Now, you may ask what woofing is. Woofing is a platform kind of like Workaway or World Packers. If you're in this environment, you might probably already might have heard of this platform. It's basically a Workaway, but for organic farms. So you exchange your volunteering hours in exchange for food and board, so an accommodation, and usually 3 meals a day. So I signed up on the platform. I did the Latin America membership. I think it costs around $35 a year. So, and no, wait, actually, it's not Latin American membership. It's the independence. So Costa Rica was one of the independence countries that doesn't have an official woofing platform. But anyways, it's pretty cheap to get on there and start texting the various hosts, because what you do is basically just texting them, and I just started saying, I'm planning this trip, would you like to host me? I really like your farm and your place, your projects, what's going on. So what I wanted was to at least schedule the first month, and that's what I did. I found my first host for the month of October, so that when I arrived to Costa Rica, I at least had a place to go. But then after that, I kind of like decided to rely more on the like personal connections and the things that people were telling me about, obviously on the app too, but I don't know, just kind of like chill it and see where things brought me. So the first 2 months I actually ended up staying at the same place in Quepos, which is close to Manuel Antonio in Costa Rica. And it was a animal sanctuary where I did a farming and reforestation project though. And I enjoyed it. It was different from what I've expected, or like from the description of the profile on the website, but I had a good time. The third month though, which is December, I spent it in Monteverde, so still in Costa Rica, but up north, a little bit up north, close to La Fortuna, more in the mountains, and I had the best time because it was a smaller farm with less volunteers, and the vibe was just incredible. I could just like make a whole video about my experience there. But then I had scheduled I had bought a ticket out of the country to exit the country for the visa, because they gave me 90 days. So I exited the country and I went to Panama. I am currently in Panama since the beginning of January. And I am staying here at another farm place for a little over a month, I think. So this is kind of like to give you a brief update of what I've been doing and where I've been. And I've also decided to do this whole experience as a solo backpacker, so I just have a backpack and I'm traveling on my own. Although I am meeting, of course, lots of amazing and cool people along the way, making new connections and friends, and unfortunately leaving them for like another place. But yeah, I have decided to be like more flexible and minimalist so that I can move more efficiently and more easily. And at the end of the day, it's the best decision ever. I highly suggest it if you want to do an experience like this, because bringing around like luggage or like more than a backpack would be a little uncomfortable, or like at times when you need to move from bus to bus to bus for like 3 days, it can be a little tricky if you have more stuff, obviously. How did I enjoy it, or like how am I enjoying this experience as a young person? Because WWOOFing is usually, well, it has a lot of young people too, but it's more for like experienced travelers, I would say. I don't know. All the people that I'm meeting are in their 20s. I'm not meeting a lot of 18-year-old, 19-year-olds. I left when I was 18 and turned 19 on these months in November. But anyways, I think it's very doable for a person that, I don't know, is flexible, open, and wants to just put themselves out there. And I think WWOOFing for me is really working very well because I'm a very curious person. I have a very good work ethic. And I don't know, in general, I'm a pretty motivated person. So most hosts ask you to work from 4 to 5, sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours a day, with the weekends off. But it really depends on the host. Like the first one I had was work-wise, very intense. I worked literally 8 hours a day, and I didn't have a lot of free time. But for example, this one where I'm staying, I only have to work like 3 to 4 hours a day. So it can really depend. And make sure you ask the host before you're leaving how the work schedule is going to be like, how it's going to look like, what are your tasks, if you're going to be like with instructions or directions, or like if there's other volunteers staying at the place, or if it's going to be just you. How the food is gonna work. I'm also a very, as I said, I don't know, very quiet and calm person. So I don't really, I'm a chill person. So I don't really care, and I don't try to create problems. But I know there's different needs. Everyone has different needs, obviously. So if you have specific requirements, or like if you want to know something specific from the farm you're going to be staying at, make sure you ask ahead, because once you're there, it's a little harder, like you made a commitment. So another thing that I'm noticing and that I've noticed is more like entering the financial aspect of it all, is the more you move, the more you tend to have expenses, obviously. I could find a new place every week, but I don't need to. I don't want to, because I want to live things more locally and authentically. So I try to stay in places for at least a month each. And yeah, I have a budget, so I need to kind of like see where my money is going. And yes, I would love to see all different places, but at the same time, moving every week, or like constantly moving, as some people do, would be on a whole other financial level that I cannot afford. Despite this, I would say for my budget, which is something that I've said before, even planning this trip, is $10 a day for about 7 months. And I think for Costa Rica, it's a pretty strict budget, but for Central America in general, it's totally doable, especially if you're woofing. Like, there will be weeks without not even 1 penny out of your wallet. But other places, more touristy hotspots, we're spending a little more, and it kind of like compensate and balances. So yeah, what I'm doing is to kind of like stay in these guidelines. Obviously, I'm not that strict. Like, if there's something that I really want to make or like do or experience, I'm here for it, and I don't want to have regrets afterwards. So I'm most likely considering it and trying to also save for this experience. But if there's like extra things that I really don't need, I'm also taking those into account. Like, for example, here in Panama, things are much cheaper compared to Costa Rica, I've noticed. So while I'm here in Panama, I'm trying to save a little bit because I can, and I don't need to go out every week. So, and also like the place I am staying at is very good food-wise, so I don't need to like buy groceries or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just like, I think 10 euros a day for a young person, young traveler with not a lot of saving is a pretty understandable amount of money for budget. I know there's people who have like a way higher budget, and it's fine. If you're like planning to stay just a month in Central America, you can splurge a little bit more. But for me, I wanted to stay for a longer period of time and maybe like move to different countries. So it obviously looks different for everyone. Another thing that I wanted to mention is feel free and like be open to change from one country to the other if you're thinking about coming to Central America for woofing, because first of all of the countries in Central America, so Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Belize, El Salvador, Mexico, and Panama are all in the WWOOFing Independent. So if you pay for the annual membership, you'll get all of these countries included. So you can text hosts of all of these countries in the same membership. So I think it's worth it not to limit yourself just to one country. I initially thought I would be staying in Costa Rica for the whole time, but now that tourist season is also coming on, like from December, there's way more people, way more tourists, especially Europeans. It's a little bit harder because hosts might not have space or like availability for longer periods of times. It's nice to branch out and text people even from Mexico, for example, as I'm doing. Like I'm now in Panama and kind of like trying to plan my next upcoming months. And I'm also considering Mexico or Guatemala, or like states that are a little bit further away. Although I would say not to rush and move too much, because obviously you want to like spend some time in each place and appreciate and be able to kind of like get the rhythm and get the local pace of life, or like at least that's what I appreciate and value, and that's what I've also been able to do. And another thing, a whole other little chapter, is transportation. When I was planning this, I thought, oh, I'm gonna be like, if I want to move from one country to the other, planes are the most effective and budget-friendly way to move, but it's actually not true for Central America. Well, I don't know if people knew it already, but I don't know. I didn't know it, or like I didn't expect it, but buses are actually the way to go here in this part of the world. They are, obviously depends on which specific country, but they are generally pretty effective to move from one point to the other. In Panama, infrastructure is amazing. There's buses everywhere. They are not European standards in terms of like time efficiency. Like you're not gonna have like a nicely put sign with like 22 minutes left until the bus is coming, or like things like this, but they are present. Like they have a very well structured bus network around the country, so it's reliable. It's super cheap and pretty comfortable. Costa Rica, on the other side, is still pretty effective from my experience. A little less, I would say, than Panama, but still very reliable. And these two are the only countries I've experienced public transportation in so far. So I can't say about other countries in this in Central America. But what I've heard is that it's generally this type of thing everywhere. So maybe in some other areas, or like some more rural areas, you'll have to wait longer, or like there will be less buses running, or like you'll have to like really know where you're going. And my tip for like everywhere here in Latin America, ask people, ask locals, triple check. You just need to like check online before if there's a bus running. Most of the time there is, where to catch it, where the terminal is, how long it's going to take, how much it is going to be like. So all of these things, you have Google, you know how to use it. So I feel like we have all the tools. And wow, it's already 20 minutes that I've been talking. So to kind of like wrap it up, I would like to say I'm planning to stay until April. I'm trying to like find my new places for the upcoming months of March and April that I have kind of uncovered. And I would like to have some more like permaculture experiences, more in like detail. But again, if you have more questions, or like more questions in more detail, I can always like make a part 2 of this video, or like videos in more detail of like each farm I've stayed at, or like my experience here or there, or like, I don't know, if you have like any further questions or doubts, definitely don't hesitate, because I don't know, I'm here, I can make these videos, and I'm more than happy if these can help anybody. Because yeah, I've also heard and noticed that there is a lot of interest from young people, both from, I don't know, my age or like my bubble, or like, I don't know, from my friends and group of people from Italy, but also like online. I've noticed there's a cool network of people that would like to do the same, or like that has in mind this kind of like gap year experience, and or like woofing, and would like to try it but doesn't really know how it works or like how it's structured. So I hope this was kind of like a brief introduction to all of this. I hope this all made sense to you. I hope this wasn't too messy or like unstructured. Yeah, if you have any more questions, again, you can comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer in the comments or with another video more in detail. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end if you've made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to be updated on my experience here in Latin America. So see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.